Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to SharpEdgeNews.com and SharpEdge News TV, of course. I've been saying SharpEdgeNewsTV.com lately ahead of time, but nonetheless, it's one family. Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. And of course, without any further ado, we're just going to dive right in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome a man who wears two remarkable crowns, publisher and editor in chief of SharpEdgeNews.com and I Chief Odokwetu of Ayedi Ogbese in Akure North, Ondo State. Whether leading the newsroom or his kingdom is always a sharp edge ahead. Give it up for the legend himself, High Chief Ola Dimeji. Welcome, sir.
Good to be back. Ola, thanks for making sure that we do this sustainably, at least in the last 1 year. It's almost like the anniversary of our debut.
It
And
is.
for everyone that has been part of this journey so far, I have nothing to say other than just say you have made us so thick. You have taken us to that height that we never thought we could ever reach. So our appreciation, and we do this sincerely. It is not just a cursory thing for us. It is not just matter of sentiment. No, deep from the bottom of our heart, we say thank you.
Thank you.
And since all I said, without further ado, that we should just launch into the program. That is what we will do right away.
No,
Thanks for
I
being part.
think I think I should. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I think I should give them a little bit of numbers. You know, 53,000 views later on, 2,500 hours watched later, 254 subscribers on YouTube alone. We're about 3 followers shy of 100 on Facebook, so we can go back live on Facebook again. We just want to say thank you. It goes a long way. Please keep hitting like button, share, subscribe. Appreciate you. And Miss Elizabeth Omotayo says, "Happy anniversary to you, sir." Thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much. And let us also congratulate Miss Elizabeth Olayinka Omotayo, who recently pocketed a coveted doctoral degree, and not by way of being dashed. No, she worked for it.
She did the work,
And
huh?
she did the work.
Okay.
And one of the most cerebral Nigerians that you can ever talk of, an expert in public health education. Um, yeah, we join um, tens of, if not hundreds and thousands of her admirers out there in celebrating this feat. And we know that this is just also going to be um, used to further uh, good things that would impact humanity and also God's work. Kudos, madam. So,
Congratulations, Mark. Congratulations. Anthony also said, "Happy anniversary to you, sir. More grease to your elbows." Anthony Okone, thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you so much, Tony.
Yep.
We appreciate you. You are part of what we do here. Is a community. This is
Mm-hmm.
not just about the two of us. It's not just about the other reporters and other people who feed us. What we analyze all the time. This is not just about us. It's about how we intend to impact the whole world. You're talking of over 53,000 viewers in the last 1 year. You put that in the stadium, honestly, you get something going right there. There
Yep.
is no better way to impact your world, to be of active relevance. So we belong to the same world, part of the same globe. Let us make it better in
Absolutely.
whichever form, in whichever shape, and in whichever way. we belong in the same team. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Controller
Yeah, no,
General, or you want to talk about as we dive into the
yeah,
semester for the day?
we'll talk, and I want to be very brief about it all. Let's talk first about the Nigerian Correctional Service. Yes, everybody at some point felt that, oh, what is the thing that uh, we had to we had against the highly celebrated and well-loved Minister of Interior in Nigeria, Mr. Olubunmi Tunji. Some people even said that, oh, because all of us came from the same Ondo state, that probably we may be beefing him. So some people suspected us of being too harsh against him, and I said no. He is somebody that we all love, but when Ondo State presents something, yes, people will say, oh, some people do not carry lights. Well, they carry lights. They don't know they carry lights. I know they. Who told them that Ondo State does not carry first? So we said, if Ondo State is going to be represented in the Nigerian cabinet, then it has to be through our Division A squad, the first 11 team. And that is what we had challenged Olubunmi Tunji to put, to put on the table. And honestly, he has demonstrated that. In a season where you find some individuals who love to play ethnic card, saying that, oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now Yorubanizing all facets of a Nigerian national life. They accuse him of fostering hunger, and we are part of those people who said, yes, there is real hunger in the land. But one thing they cannot really argue with us is the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even when it looks like he is putting his kinsmen, I mean, if this is deliberate on his part, we do not support nepotism. However, you would not also say that the individuals from the Yoruba part of Nigeria, you may call it Yoruba Nation, you may call it Southwest, you may call it Western Nigeria, you may say all kinds of things. You won't agree with me that most of these people, his nominees, confirmed, and now serving with him, they are not second fiddle individuals. No, they are first team individuals, people that are highly accomplished. And at the time, everybody felt, oh, it's about Yoruba. What is the deal for Southeasterners, South Southerners? And one thing I find so curious is the fact that the average opinionated Northern Nigerian, and we ought to be speaking as one, but the often opinionated Northern Nigerian is always quick to blackmail whoever is in leadership in Nigeria to make sure that it is either the hegemonic agenda is pursued or nothing else. It is either that grant or no other thing. And that is what we find that is playing out. But for once, I love to celebrate Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Olubunmi Tunji for getting it right about the choice of the new acting Comptroller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service in the person of Officer Sylvester Ndidi Nwauchi. The truth of the matter is that at a time when everybody thought that, oh, the Interior Ministry, particularly Correctional Service and Immigration, had become an exclusive preserve, a kind of captured territory for northern interests. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu moved the ball. He moved it. In times past, there were people like Mohammed Kotangora, the publisher of Outline magazine in Kaduna, who would insult former General Olusegun Obasanjo, later President Olusegun Obasanjo, He boasted in an interview that later became his albatross, that later became his nemesis. He boasted that, oh, while Obasanjo was head of state of Nigeria, he could not do anything without the input of his Man Friday, the then Chief of Staff Supreme Headquarters, in the person of later Lieutenant General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, and that Obasanjo could not do it. He even insulted Yoruba people, said, oh, if a cow wandered into a party with multitude of Yoruba people, Yoruba will scatter. But that, a Fulani man, just one Fulani man, can control the entire heads of cattle and probably entire Nigerian nation. But when Obasanjo squared up with him, because we know that these people do not talk out of genuine love. They don't talk out of genuine love. It's because of vested interest. It's either their way or nothing for Nigerians. Which is why I celebrate the fact that they could move the bar, the standard, the shift effectively with the Nigerian Correctional Service. Now that the new Comptroller General is there in the person of Sylvester Ndidi Uwuche, honestly, nobody thinks it's going to be that easy. But for once,
sorry, is it Nwuche or Nwakuche?
Nwakuche.
Yeah.
Now, Tinubu is showing that he is running a government that includes everybody. However, you will still find some of these northern ideologues, even in their bankrupt argument, coming out to say that, oh, what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing is to stop the NNPC Limited, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, with Yoruba individuals. Even when it has not been outed, we don't know if the current group managing director is leaving. We do not know, but they are already flying the kite, already blackmailing Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But honestly, when has it become a crime to say that, oh, the best of brains from any part of Nigeria should serve on the board of any parastatal, any ministry, any agency that belongs to all of us, our common patrimony? We should drop this evil agenda of blackmailing whoever is ruling from the southern part, to the extent that they push them into doing things against their own people and their own interests. Look at the way, in spite of, I listened to former President Olusegun Obasanjo this morning in talking about the legacies of the now deceased President Jimmy Carter of the United States, who lived for 100 years, the first man, by the way, to achieve that feat. The way he spoke about him, and in winding up his message on Arise TV this morning, being interviewed by Dr. Ruben Abati. And
sorry, do you mind if we leave that detail until the segment of Jimmy Carter?
Yes, please. But
right.
One thing he said, Obasanjo said, he believes infinitely, incurably. Paul is a positive optimist about the fact that Nigeria will work. So why is it that these pessimistic individuals who want to blackmail any southern leader to that point where they begin to act against the interests of their own people? Today, people will say that, oh, because Obasanjo was pan-Nigerian, he did not tar any road in Ota, in Ogun State. He did not do this, a certain part. But even Tinubu that is trying to do something, look at the way they are beginning to call him names. And it's just a matter of, I don't want to dignify the nonsense the so-called American-based Hausa Fulani professor wrote, trying to say that NNPC is being stuck with all kinds of people. Nigerians, we must stand firm for this project. be pan-Nigerian. Whoever is there, so long they are going to be able to get this going for Nigeria, to take Nigeria to that level where we also can say that, oh, the manifest destiny that was spoken eloquently about by the pioneer indigenous president of Nigeria, Dr. Nadia Azikiwe, even then as the first indigenous governor general during the independence anniversary of Nigeria. That's independence speech. Go and check it again. The manifest destiny of Nigeria is to lead the black world. And in doing that, every part of Nigeria must be part of the game. We must be deliberately involved. This is what we're talking about. So, to begin to gaslight Tinubu for looking for brilliant heads amongst his Yoruba kinsmen, for looking for brilliant brain in Southeast. Honestly, the fact that an Igbo man could emerge today as the Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Service, you don't know what big that is. It was an exclusive capture for Northerners. And under the new Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Mr. Sylvester Ndidi Nwabushe, I know is going to make jailbreak, prison break, a thing of history in Nigeria.
All right.
It's not going to, yes, it's not going to be a matter of flinging open the gates. Boko Haram detainees would escape and then continue and then fester and then graduate into banditry and all kinds of nonsense that has endangered, made Nigeria insecure.
So the gist, sorry, sir. The gist is that this guy is better than Aliu
Nababa.
Okay, all right.
I'm not. Aliu Nababa was
better, or it's going to be better.
He is going to outperform Aliu Nababa. All those jailbreaks, the prison breaks that occurred under the watch of Aliu Nababa, Jafaru as the secretary of that board.
Okay.
I will not say it was accidental. It was not accidental. And under Buhari's watch, any terrorist that was in detention, that was in prison in Nigeria, could escape and nothing. There won't be questions asked. Now, Bola Tinubu is shifting the options. And then somebody is saying, oh, he is being tribalistic. Tribalism, my foot.
Okay, all right. I don't know if the general public, you have to prove to me that the general public cares about this. We will see. We shall see.
Yeah, Nigerians care.
I know Nigerians cares.
I'm telling you. Anyway, let me also give you a good news. Yes. I had an interaction one-on-one with the new Nigerian Correctional Service, ZA.
Okay, and that's Mr. Nwakuche, right?
Yes, we had a one-on-one discussion yesterday for more than 30 minutes. He was stunned how much I knew about that service, about individuals there, including he himself. So we are here. Our eyes are on the prize, and the prize is that Nigeria would do exceptionally better under this new team, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu decides to sleep on the job, fiddle like Nero while Rome is on fire, we will whoop him into line. It does not matter. That is what we do here. That is what purposeful journalism, functional journalism, that is what it is for. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you. We're going to do another day where we will talk about journalism, because I'm still learning. You were watching, by the way, everybody, you were watching Sharp Edge News TV, and you were watching the weekly Sharp Edge News special.
And Alex, if you would indulge me for a second, please let me use this time.
1 second is up. It's already up.
Please, we have to do this to honor the memory of my late king, Oba Ajibola Raphael Olaleye Oluyede Isheoluwa II, the Alayede of Ayede Ogbese, who transited into the great beyond in communion now with his with the ancestors. He now belongs to the ages. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Yes, may
On
he rest in
29th
perfect
December,
peace.
it marked exactly a year that he transited. He was so loved, and he loved our community. Regrettably, some people, out of being overzealous, decided to dishonor his memory. We leave all that to God. That community of Ayede Ogbese Kingdom must now unite, stand as one family, and then put all these people doing untold things, committing all kinds of sacrileges, Oloris that are wearing agbada and wearing crown, pretending to be the regent of this too. All of us must unite to make sure that the kingdom rises again. God bless the soul of the departed king. So long.
All right. Thank you very much. Please do us a favor. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up the notifications, because now we're about to get to the part that you actually care about. Even though Chief will not agree with me, but we're about to get to, of course, we care about may his perfect, may he rest in perfect peace, by the way. Not that part, but all the rest of it, the Alu, Nababa, and all that stuff. Please help us hit the like button. Show us that you care about that news. If you don't hit the like button, it tells us that we're probably not doing our job, okay? But now we're about to get into some other trending news around the world. We appreciate you for being here. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, share. We're like three followers short of 100 on Facebook, so we can keep going live on Facebook. We haven't been able to go live on Facebook for a while, but once we hit 100, we can do that. And if you're here, I'm sure you're following already. All you have to do is share it on your wall on Facebook, and then other people can see it. Then it improves the chances of other people following as well. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So I was actually surprised that you were following this when you mentioned it earlier on today. I wasn't sure if we were going to pull this up, but
Which one? Which is it?
This is the stolen 180 billion naira.
Oh,
and
Verydarkman.
Verydarkman. So I'm gonna play this short video so we can bring people up to speed. Then I really want to hear your opinion on this so far. The most recent statement that he made is that now money lost, no be me lost, but we'll come back to that. This is the background story to that, and we'll be right back. Let's see.
I'm at the airport. I'll be honest with you guys. For the past few days, I've not been myself. I am here with Officer Joe, and we are going to Jos. The NGO money, somebody hacked into the NGO website, and I don't know how they did it. And 180 million naira is missing. So, but thank God, we have tracked the person, and we are on our way to Jos. And then they've arrested one, so that's why I'm even saying it now. I am excited. And an account has been put on PNB. So the account now has 20 million. 160 million has been diverted to another account. So we are currently going there to see how I'll get the money back. You understand? So I just want to update you people. I even had to shut down the app and put it on maintenance, so that people will not really see what's going on. But let me just come out plain and tell everybody that this is what is going on. But hopefully, get the money back. So on my way to Jos, I could not even get a regular ticket because flights don't full. I have to go with a business class. Anyways, so I'll give you guys updates soon. Shout out to all the ratted gang out there. Shout out to you all. Thank you all for believing in me. And officer,
God bless the Ratted. Shout out to the Ratted.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring a positive results.
Yeah,
a positive result.
Thank you, bro.
All right. So now, then that was 3 days ago. Then yesterday he released this video. I'm gonna play the short video right now.
All right. So first of all, I really want to say thank you to all the people that have called to reach out to me since this thing happened. Even some people that I did not think would call to check up, they've called to check up. So I really want to say thank you. And also, I want to thank God for the progress so far. we have been able to recover 78 million, even though the suspects pointed that the person that he did it with has run to Ghana. So hopefully we'll be going to Ghana very soon. And when they did an analysis on the website, this is what we found. Top threat countries and region, because there have been threats from different places that we did not even notice.
All right. So the only detail I wanted you to get from that is that they allegedly recovered 78 million. And then as of yesterday, he released this video, audio-less video, and the caption says, "Na money lost, no be me lost." So now the how this money come about? This guy is a very controversial guy. Part of his work is to be controversial and partly to be an activist, and then also to disclaim that he's not an activist, he's an online police. And then he started an initiative called the Vincent Osei Initiative, something like that, to help education. On the first day, he raised 35 million naira. Right after that, Don Jazzy donated about 100 million. Yeah. So everybody has been kind of like, okay, cool. You know, he's going to do some good work. And then we have this news. So I wanted you to speak to this, wanted to get your opinion on this. Is this a public matter or is it not?
To cap the background information,
sure,
you were really now. Of course, some people have also said that they find him with an unusually expensive brand of Mercedes-Benz that he now cruises around town. And that because we don't want to raise any doubt about, he also released another video where he said that he is not a thief.
No, that was a video released before telling us that money was stolen.
Yeah, that his mother raised him well.
Yeah.
He acts in integrity and all that. Anyway, if anybody is going to be a minder for funds coming through non-for-profit, that is grants, of course, you have to do that with utmost integrity, because that money, the fact that it's coming not as a form of loan, nothing really is free, because if it comes as grant, then you must be ready to give an account of every kobo or dime involved. Yes, that is the painstaking aspect of managing funds coming through grants or non-for-profit initiatives. That said, do you notice you are an expert when it comes to IT? Does it occur to you that something is not adding up in this developing story? For example, is money supposed to be warehoused on a cyber cloud or on a website? We think that money ought to have been warehoused in a bank. So,
right,
what is the link, the nexus between that the what's it called?
The hacked website and the account.
That website and the money that is supposed to be in the vault, in the safe keep of a bank.
The financial institution,
I mean, to me, has some elements of dissonance there. The tune does not really give a rhyming pattern.
The math is not Martin.
Yes, that is one aspect. And then, yes, we must follow the money, the trail. Who stole it? Who did what? In following that, if you really want to do a neat job, shouldn't you be holding that person tight first before you make it known to the whole world, and then have to expose the investigating officer. Now, I don't know what they call the rank that is going with him to judge.
The officer Joro?
Yes. So there is no element of anonymity anymore when people who are supposed to be undercover detectives or sleuths, when they follow the fact of any investigation or crime. I do not get that. And we have had of somebody escaping to Ghana. Let him escape to heaven. Even in heaven, there will be judgment. Else everything will be laid bare. Will be laid bare. So the Interpol can get anywhere in West Africa. It's Nigeria's playground. If you do any crime anywhere in Nigeria, then you think that any neighboring West African country can abhor you, the ego high of EFCC, Nigeria, and Interpol, all of them, they work hand in hand. And so long it's not something that is following the pattern of political or religious persecution, that person will be brought in. So I do not understand the fact that, somebody has escaped to Ghana. Wherever he has gone to, they should smoke him out. And we want to really follow all this, the details about this. That said, what is the stated objective of the non-for-profit initiated by Verydarkman? What are they doing now? And then, should that volume of money be kept anywhere, not being deployed for the purposes of serving good cause for humanity? I do not get it. So we need to know questions. But certain things do not really add up. And you know that Verydarkman has some diehard fans. They don't even want to understand that all of us are mere mortals. There could be weaknesses, there could be inconsistencies in the way we present our facts to the public. Because if an individual presents a case, he is not going to be the arbiter or the judge or whatever in that matter. Others would also have to subject such issues to critical thinking and then make deductions and reach conclusions. This is an open-ended thing, and let nobody begin to come out and say that, they are savaging him. He's done some good things in the past, and there have been times that he went overboard. You understand the point I'm making?
I get you.
So,
absolutely.
yes, all of us that are passionate about keeping the sanctity of social media, we are concerned that nothing should be done to want to give the enemies out there, people who think that, who often think that they can stop a train that is already in motion, that has left the station. Social media gagging, so much so that you cannot even indulge yourself in some words of humor. You cannot even try to parody anybody now these days. They will say you are insulting, you are doing this, you are doing that, and then you must be brought to trial. Ask Muyiwa Adejobi, the spokesperson of Nigerian police, how they are pushing the ban using the instrumentality of law, questionable law for that matter, to want to put Nigerians under bondage. Nigerians cannot speak out of conscience or freely anymore. For example, everybody knows that there is something wrong with the judiciary in Nigeria. Everybody knows. You can try and pull my article that was done, I think, way back in 2008 or 2009, where I described a particular judge with the Code of Conduct Tribunal, the chairperson of that August Tribunal, as an ugly face of the Nigerian judiciary. It's because of things I witnessed, and I was able to put her on tape on how she was vilifying her predecessors in that tribunal. People like the retired Justice Sambo of pleasant memory, people like late Oba Professor Oluyede, and they were using individuals like Rufai, Rufai, to grab people's property. Then, if it was true then, it is even still true. Still true now. The fact that you know everything about all these things and then you can't really put the facts together.
Right. Well, I mean, in that video, Official Juro self is part of the movement. Is there a shout out to the Ratel?
Is that the conduct of a responsible police officer?
Also, just to put this out there, it's been debunked before he even announced that 180 million naira is lost, which was what he was debunking when he said he would never steal money, he's seen money. It's been debunked that it was test driving a car. It wasn't exactly a car. His car, the car that he
Okay.
was driving. Yeah. So I just
Well,
want to put that out there.
that's good. I mean, that is what we do here. We help each other out. We balance things out. We make sure that I mean, nobody is slandered, nobody is libeled, nobody is defamed. But the point we're saying is that before the space is messed up for all of us, we need to be sort of
We need to be
what
asking questions.
questions and not just drawing conclusions
Right.
based on some oaks.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what we're talking
I mean,
about.
right now it's such a divided opinion from all sides. Some people don't believe him. Some people are saying, he would tell us that he's just playing with the Nigerian emotion, which, in my
Now,
opinion, is worse.
yes, Ola, the issue is this: whether I believe him or not, whether you believe him or not, whether people out there believe him or not, that is not the issue. The issue is that every piece of information, every piece of every item on the news has to be handled with an high degree of circumspection, because people plant stuff and then they turn the medium to something questionable. Yet it's not the problem of the media or a medium.
What do
It's
you
about
think about the
source.
possibility that he's just playing with Nigerian people's emotion? This is a prank. What do you think about that? That this is all a prank?
Well, if it's a prank that is coming without a caveat, without some note of caution, that in itself would really be beyond the bar of what a prank should be. You understand this? Yeah, people can pull a joke, they can pull a stunt, but if you are not warning and making people to know in time that this is just a mere joke, this is just a prank, then that borders on criminality too. Because, yes, everybody really wants to live in good mental health. And nobody should do anything to mess with our mind that way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, with that being said, coming up, we're going to talk about Jimmy Carter's legacy. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, join the conversation. Do you think Verydarkman is a thief? Abi, we should just ask questions. Which one do you prefer? Just join the conversation in the comment section, and we'll be right back. Wow. We have Jimmy Carter passes on at 100. Exactly 100 years old. He passes on. I think the wife passed on not too long ago, too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Please don't quote me on that.
Yeah, she passed on 2003.
Okay, 2023, right?
Yes, 2023, okay. Yes.
Right. Okay, so Jimmy Carter is he's probably the only living president from...
And before the wife passed on, they actually celebrated the 75th anniversary of their marriage.
75.
Yes.
Anyway, so a quick catch up.
They met as good buddies and what have you in planes, Georgia, 1945, and then they loved the deal and got married in 1946.
Right. So just in case you're under a rock, you don't know who we're talking about, James Earl Carter Jr. was an American politician, humanitarian who served as the 39th president of the United States from 1977 to 1981. So I'm looking at a report here on his legacy with regards to... I'm going to give you this, and I'll give you the floor, sir. According to CNN, Jimmy Carter, who served a single full presidential term without the chance to appoint a Supreme Court justice, nonetheless left behind an incomparable judicial legacy. He was the first president to significantly diversify the lower federal courts by appointing female and minority judges, a point that the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg often touted. Carter named Ginsburg to an important Washington-based U.S. Court of Appeals in 1980, which positioned her for eventual elevation to the Supreme Court. I know you have some other things you wanted to share with us with regards to
Yeah,
legacy.
yeah. Would you also let us recall and celebrate him for one declaration he made? Upon assuming the presidency of the United States of America, he declared segregation is now over, gone for good. That was, I mean, this is the man who was able to put the nail on the coffin of Jim Crow. That is segregation, all forms of racial discrimination. He did it firmly and effectively. Now, if you are wondering that you are in Africa tonight and you are watching us, and that everything about your credo, your pedigree, smacks of something somebody ought to be sorry about. You know, there have been great people. The greatest of all, Jesus Christ. But even in our time, Jimmy Carter is an eloquent testimony of that kind of situation. Because when he was growing up in Plains, Georgia, in that small town, they had no running water. There was no electricity. He knew poverty as anybody wouldn't even want to talk about it. And he rose through all that, became a peanut farmer, and then still, I mean, accomplished so much. But let me also tell you, some of us came from backgrounds that you would not believe. For example, growing up in Ayede, I never believed that I would become a journalist at any point. That I would have the good fortune of asking Jimmy Carter a critical question in 1999. You know, the Nigerian presidential election has just held. It has just held. If you ran into Jimmy Carter on the street of Nigeria, particularly at Hilton Hotel in Abuja, you would not believe that this was America's 39th president. He would carry his briefcase himself. I saw him. Not that anybody told me. No, I saw him. And when the election between now former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Olufalaye, who also ran on the ticket of APP-AD in those days, when it had concluded. And Jimmy Carter led the Carter Center's monitoring team to brief us in the media. I asked them the question, you and Olusegun Obasanjo are known to be very close. How objective would your scrutiny and report concerning this election? How do you think anybody will do it as being objective? And he brilliantly tackled my question. He did not tackle me, but he went for my question. And I saw in him a man that was humble, obeying, and completely humane. No wonder you look at his legacies, whether in joining other eminent personalities across the globe to drive the agenda for desegregated South Africa, for coming out as one of the real leaders of the Western world to call the conflict between Palestine and Israel a situation of apartheid, and other legacies that this man fought and lived for. Is it habitat humanity? Honestly, there is nothing people like me can say, because in those days, whenever I saw briefs coming from Obasanjo Leadership Forum in Ota, of course, Jimmy Carter was listed as a trustee of that eminent study group. If you see Dr. Ruben Abati shining today, anybody overnight want to also become a Dr. Ruben Abati, accomplished and celebrated journalist. Way back in those days, I was always monitoring his activities around the Obasanjo Leadership Forum. And Jimmy Carter was a commonplace. I love to look at him from the African peculiar eye. What he did in Africa concerning leaving the presidency after he'd been virtually blackmailed with the hostage issue of the conflict between the then Shah of Iran and Ayatollah Khomeini. And he was swept out of office. Out of office, he did not slip into limbo. He continued to operate kind of subtle diplomacy. He went to places where you would not imagine an American personality, talk less of a former president, to go. He understood the management of power, the subtle side of it. And finally, as a matter of tribute to him, Jimmy Carter lived probably, some of us do not love to see people from Democratic Party in the U.S. as devout Christians. But combined Republican president, Democrat president in America, Jimmy Carter was more devout as a Christian than all of them that ever occupied that office, and the ones that probably will occupy the office in the future. He was a simple Sunday school teacher, even with his congregation. As somebody that had fought the issue of legal blindness, glaucoma, for a very long time, as I was reaching out to individuals and organizations all over the world, the Carter Center in Atlanta was one such place that I also reached out to. And the kind of work they do, having to work against all forms of, not just river blindness, like people would want to narrow it down, all kinds of eye diseases. This man really lived a worthy life. At 100, he still voted in the last election, He voted in the election that was held last month. Unfortunately, things did not go the same way majority of so many Americans would want. But Americans got the president they wanted to vote for. And Mr. Donald Trump, the newly elected president that will be sworn in January 20th, has paid tribute to the late Jimmy Carter in glowing terms. Very uncharacteristic of him. He has really eulogized him the way you would not even expect. And Joe Biden has also said so much. As somebody that was born in Africa that has now acquired American citizenship, honestly, somebody whose legacy, let me say Carter's legacy rubbed on me the day I had the privilege of joining other journalists to interview or to ask him questions in Abuja. I would live with that heritage. That is the thing I'm taking away from him, to ever be humble and understand that no matter how powerful we think we are, in the final analysis, we all are mere mortals. It's gone the way of all men now. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Join the conversation in the chat. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow, turn up your notifications. Jimmy Carter, 1924 to 2024. May his soul rest in peace.
For people who may want to know more about him, they can pick the biography of Shehu Shagari. They can look for the original works of Jimmy Carter himself. An avid reader and accomplished writer. He wrote so many memoirs. And he was also very dexterous at carpentry. Very good man, very good leader, very good president. So worthy of the choice that Americans made when he was voted as president.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. And we'll be right back for other trending news around the world. All right, let's listen to this, and we'll be back to discuss.
Leave on my Twitter, and then I believe on my Twitter feed you find me labeling myself a victim of Nigeria, and I have multiple times spoken to the victimhood of the Nigerian people. I have lamented for years that what truly assails the Nigerian is the complete absence of the rule of law in our country, and how this has left all of us defenseless and as prey in what has become a country of pain. I have spoken to you about this for years, I spoke to you about it, that we are all victims, that we have all become as victims in the country that we have managed to build. I told you how we were all running away. I told you how we were all running away from Nigeria because we have built an intolerable country unfit for human habitation. I have called it the evil empire. I have called it the evil empire. I've spoken to the fact that because of what we have all collectively tolerated, we have lost our country and we have become as slaves in the country that we have all built. And we are all to blame. It was the idiot standing behind pulpits as I'm speaking with you, preaching injustice and lies to the people and helping them to normalize the madness that has overtaken all of us. I said this for years. So I am just as much a victim as each and every one of you. These are the first tears I have shed since my friend Ogunlanu died. I'm not given to tears, and I'm sorry. See, back to the issue. We all built this. We made this mess together, and it will take all of us to resolve the mess that we have made. It will take all of us. Without all of us functioning as one, the way you found the grace to function as one in the last month, you all acted as one. It wasn't about being Christian, being Muslim. They divided us along too many lines. Damn!
Let me know when you're ready for me to stop it.
Yeah, you can stop it where he talks of Nigeria happening to him.
Because we became Nigerians.
Okay.
They divided us and we fell for it. Because you wouldn't see me as a Yoruba man, you spoke for me. Because you wouldn't see me as a Christian, you spoke for me. Because you spoke. Because you spoke. Because you spoke.
If you have a child 12 or older and you'd like for them to get
We're
into the
paying
best
some
university
bills.
possible,
Sorry.
I have something very important to tell you.
All right, here we go.
Because you spoke, Nigeria couldn't happen to me. Because you spoke. The only reason Nigeria couldn't happen to me is because you spoke. You spoke. That is why Nigeria couldn't happen to me.
All right, let's take it from there. Shout out to real quick. Shout out to Mr. Bello Taiwo. Happy anniversary to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Bello Taiwo. If it's the same Adelo Taiwo that we know, shout out to him. God bless you. Happy anniversary. Yes. You want me to talk about this now?
Yes, take it away, sir. You have 4 minutes, and then we'll end the show.
All right. I'm
It's
not
all
going
yours.
to waste too much time about it. The deal is that for a grown-up man to have broken down in tears because of the passion that is involved in the kind of persecution that has been visited on him in the last few days, in the last few weeks, and yet he claims that the support, the resolve of the Nigerians standing up for him, regardless of different tribes, religion, and tongues. That's what Nigeria has already happened to him.
So it's too late. Yeah?
It has happened to him. The only thing is that I love his spirit, his resolve.
It's
so resolute to take them head on. Like I told you, you're looking for all those facts because you are dealing with bunch of smart Alex. You may not be able to lay hold of a proof. But I've also told you of how I wrote about the ugly face of the Nigerian judiciary. 2008, 2009, whatever happened between us and the then Justice Mrs. Constance Momo, the then chairman of Code of Conduct Tribunal in Abuja. First time I was visiting Nigeria after 8 years in exile. And then she brought a whole cavalry, truckloads of riot policemen to besiege the house where I was staying in Abuja. That house used to belong to the judge member, Code of Conduct Tribunal, who later became Oba Professor Oluyede. The same treatment they dealt on the late chairman of the tribunal, Justice Sambo, and you are saying, oh, Nigeria's judiciary has no case to answer. They are looking for specifics. Specifics are banned. So, all I can say, as I wrap up, Chief Aseba Balola should watch his back. He's done so well for more than 6 decades. Of course, let me tell you he may not know me, but I know him very well by proxy. In his early years in Ibadan, long before I was born, the 2 best friends he had, one of them, my mentor, and icon from Ayede Ogbese, the late Oba Professor P.A.O. Oluyede, a man with PhD in law, LLD in law. In fact, the law faculty of Aseba Balola University was accredited just because Oba Professor Oluyede agreed to be the pioneer provost of that faculty as he was living as member judge of Code of Conduct Tribunal in Abuja. The other friend he had was my lecturer, now of blessed memory, Dr. Zede Adejumo, the Baba we used to call Kivuli because of one of the characters in the literature he taught us in the university at Ado Ekiti. All these people testified to Aseba Balola being a good man. Aseba Balola should not allow himself to be used as a cannon fodder in the battle of the establishment in Nigeria versus underdogs. Everybody knows that things are rotten, and as Aseba Balola's generation will be departing the scene. He is already 1929. Professor Oluyede, his bosom friend, who was born 1929. So that date is correct. Let me tell you, he has an opportunity to secure his legacy. There is no crime involved concerning common issues of free speech. They are sending Nigeria all these evil legislations that are being foisted on Nigeria. They are sending Nigeria to medieval age mentality. And in an age of enlightenment, postmodernism, Nigeria is embracing all these retarded stuff. Laws crafted by abusive, rapist lawmakers at times. I mean, the excitement of that one that went to buy sex toy and was beating innocent sales lady. The excitement, you can imagine the excitement of that one who was, abusing, what's it called? An innocent Uber driver
Right.
at home to make delivery. These people would be excited to do everything to gag creative freedom, issues of social media, issues of press freedom, and they have people trumping for them in the media. Nigeria also will survive this. This also shall pass, like the late Shibola used to say. This also shall pass. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, brother Dele Farotimi, weep no more.
Weep no more.
Yeah, I won't say weep no child, like the title of Ngugi wa Thiong'o's epic novel. No,
Yeah.
because brother Dele Farotimi is not a child. I just say, weep no brother, cry for the beloved country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody for being a part of this journey. It's been 1 year. We don't have any plan to stop, but we need your support. So thank you so much for being here, for being a part of the audience, either as a replay, a rebroadcast, a live. I want to say thank you. It goes a long way for every like you hit, for every time you share.
Yeah, and remind them that we are also present. We have a huge presence on TikTok.
Okay, all right, good. Go follow Sharp Edge News TV on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Just do that.
And our people should always patronize our news website, SharpEdgeNewsTV.
SharpEdgeNews.com. Yes. So pick the last video and just share it. Just as Banjo, as in Christmas gifts. I know Christmas is over, but just do that for us. All right. So thank you so much.
That's said, Happy New Year when we eventually talk over tomorrow.
Yes. Happy New Year. Hopefully being enlightened, educated. We'll definitely be seeing you guys on the next one. Take care and God bless.